Happy Friday, beautiful souls, and welcome to Spiritually Her. This is your safe space to explore the magic of inner work, grow your confidence, and embrace your self worth as the ultimate superpower. I'm Terrika-Surrenity, your host and guide on this transformative journey. Here, we're breaking barriers, we're rewriting our stories, and stepping fully into that girl energy together. So grab your favorite drink, let's settle in, and let's vibe. Your next level starts right now. Happy Friday to my spiritual besties. I hope this Friday is amazing for you. I hope it's starting off good. I hope you're getting prepared for this weekend where I hope you can get a chance to relax, have some fun, live a little. But more than anything, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Spiritually Her, where we tap into our self worth, our confidence, manifesting the life of our dreams, and simply becoming that girl. Period. All right, so if you do not know already, I am your host, Terrika-Surrenity, and I'm just happy to talk and connect with you guys on today. I really am. So, hi, I'm sending you guys all air hearts and air hugs right now. I hope you feel the love. All right, guys, so I really have a really great topic for us today, and y'all already know this is something that Spirit has pushed me to talk about this week. And honestly, it might feel like I'm shaking the tables a little bit, but I'm doing it out of love and it's always coming from a place of empowerment and elevation. So, basically, I want to ask you guys a few questions, before we get into the topic. And once I ask you the questions, you'll kind of get a feel of what the topic is. But how many times have you caught yourself waiting? And I'm not just talking about, waiting in line or just being patient or whatever, but I'm talking about waiting for the right time, waiting for a sign from God, Spirit, or even if you're waiting for someone to save you, right? If you can point to a time, then let me put you on game. That hero or that person outside of you to come save you is not coming to save you. That magical force you've been waiting for is simply you. I need you guys to know that the power to change your life, whether that's to manifest, to level the fuck up, it is not outside of you. It is already within you. But here's the gag: you need both your feminine and masculine energy to make it happen. So we're diving deep into the yin and the yang energy, and also to let you know and confirm to you guys that you are the one you've been waiting for. So today we're diving into what it really means to balance creation and action. How to stop waiting for something or someone to fix your life, and talk about some practical ways on how we can embody both our divine feminine, which is the yin, and our divine masculine, which is the yang. So, how to combine those energies so we can manifest, glow up, and literally take charge of our destiny. Now, first and foremost, I want to jump into how this topic came about. I was born in 92, so I'm a 90s baby. All right. So, but regardless of whatever age or year, you were born, I feel like you can resonate with what I'm about to say. Growing up as a young girl here in America, okay, or wherever you are, I feel like we have been conditioned and brought up to wait for someone or something outside of us to come and save us, to rescue us, like that knight in shining armor, to come into our lives and bring us this happiness. And all of a sudden, everything is happily ever after. If you think about it, this week I found myself watching Disney Plus. Okay. Don't judge me. All right. I'm 32, but I would forever love Disney movies. I would forever love Pixar and everything like that. I'm a child at heart. I'm a grown woman. I stand on business, but I am a child at heart. And the music on there is just amazing. But anyway, we're not going to go into that. But just know if you are a girly who loves singing Disney soundtracks, music, everything, and it just lights you up. Maybe you're a theater girl like me. I don't know. But it's just something about the music and the stories of everything that just lights me up. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say this past week I was watching um Moana 2 on Disney Plus. And let me tell you, first off, that movie had me crying. It had me crying. It was very powerful. And one thing that it brought to mind was I didn't see those types of storylines within those Disney characters or Disney princesses or anything like that as they're being told now. Because back when I can remember when I was younger watching Disney, like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and everything like that, it was about this very feminine princess or this woman who may have had a struggle or a hard time, or she may be stuck in her masculine energy, or maybe she's stuck in her feminine, where if you're Cinderella, you're constantly working. So you are having burnt out. You want time to actually be feminine and go to this party and live it up and look cute and not be the help. Or maybe you are stuck in this feminine energy like Sleeping Beauty, where you are literally stuck in your dreams because she was asleep. All right. And she was stuck and literally waiting for this knight in shiny armor, this man to literally come save her. And suddenly, once he appeared, her life would begin. And that seemed weird. But then also Cinderella, that seemed weird either. Weird as well. And so honestly, I really saw the difference of how Moana too, and then going back to compare it to the other Disney movies I grew up on, that back then it seemed like a lot of the times we have been conditioned at a young age to wait for someone or something outside of us to come save us. Whereas to Moana and her storyline, it literally brings in the energy of that yin and yang energy of I am my own savior. And I'm not saying that in a way of like, for people who are religious or anything like that. I'm not saying that you replace God in your life, the universe in your life, or Jesus in your life, anything like that. I'm not saying that. But even when it comes to Christianity and religion, faith without work is dead, right? So just saying that she had this yin and this yang energy where she was feminine in her ways of creation, of being, but also she had that yang to where she put in action and went forth. So she didn't wait for anyone to save her tribe. She did it. She felt called. Like she put in action to save not only herself but save others. So just wanted to put that out there of the difference of dynamics that I noticed this week in watching that movie, which made me turn into my own life and noticing the shift of my own situations in my life to where I had to choose myself, to where I had to save myself because I may have spent quite a few years or just times where I was waiting for someone else to bring me my happiness, waiting for the right time to choose my health, waiting for the perfect moment or the financial state to go after my dreams when really I have the power to save myself and start now. So, just to put that out there. Now, I want to talk about the yin energy, which is the power of receptivity and creativity or creation, however you want to say it. So, the divine feminine within all of us. So, this is whether you identify as a woman, man, or non binary, you have this energy inside of you. So, what is the yin energy? You might be asking yourself, and I don't know if it's yin or ying, but I'm from Memphis and I'm a country girl, so I say ying. Okay. So just know if I'm incorrect in that saying, to code word, no, you know what I'm saying. All right. No, okay. So with the yin energy, it's intuitive, being receptive, flowing, and being in this creative state. So we're talking about like it's connected to the moon, the subconscious, the emotions, and even the unseen realms of things that are happening and going on. So like your dreams, being in this imaginative state, your imagination. So without it, we become burnt out, disconnected, and out of alignment. Now, I did do some psychological background and also some spiritual facts on the yin energy. So, studies in neuroscience show that intuitive thinking is linked to the right hemisphere of the brain. So, where creativity, dreams, and deep knowing reside. Even when you think about the concept of the anima, right? So, with the feminine energy within the psyche, it represents the introspection, the feeling, and the connection to the subconscious. So, it's almost like that cool, dark, inward energy that allows us to rest, to heal, and receive divine wisdom. Now, I feel like us as a collective, we have this energy, but some people maybe tapped more into their masculinity than their feminine energy, regardless of whatever um, gender you are or resonate with. Okay. Now, here are some things of that you can do to activate that energy. So, if you found yourself to be more masculine, or even if you feel like you do not have that balance and you may need to activate more into your yin energy, here's some things that you can do. I know for me, whenever I find myself where I am burnt out and I'm overworking and I just seem so overwhelmed with everything that is going on, I literally have to take time to be still, listen, and tune into my inner voice. Because this moment, that time where I take to myself, this is where my ideas and my downloads come in. Also, me being a writer, doing some journaling, and even automatic writing. Now, automatic writing, it could literally just be channeling for some people, or it could be just freestyle where you're not forcing your thoughts. There is no topic that you need to talk about. You just freely let your pen flow. Now, sometimes it can be kind of hard to figure out what you want to write. And if you do come into that point, this is where you can ask yourself, like, okay, what does my higher self want me to know? And just start writing and see what comes. Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's just adjectives or words or things, whatever comes to mind, just write it. Now, a third thing that you can do, dream work. So this is where, like, before you might set an intention, where you might ask spirit to show me what I need to know. Also, keep a dream journal to decode your messages from your subconscious. Now, this is something that I have been doing for a very long time when it comes down to dream work. A lot of my past life experiences and encounters have happened and came to me in dreams where I literally set the intentions the night before, where I meditate and I ask spirit to take me to the time where whatever this trigger that I'm trying to get over, or I don't understand why this bothers me in this lifetime, or I don't know why, this is happening. Why am I in this cycle? Take me to why. Show me why. And suddenly I will have a dream and it is taking me there. Even if it doesn't happen so instantly, there could still be breadcrumbs and decoding that could be done within your dreams that will give you messages from your subconscious. Now, going into some more fun ways to activate your yin energy is womb and sacral chakra healing. Now, so if you are feeling disconnected from your desires and your emotions, this is where you focus on your sacral chakra energy. All right. This is mostly like in the hips area. So this is where you can practice things like hip opening yoga, dancing, even if you just want to do a warm spiritual bath or anything like that, just to help restore your flow. And another fun thing is receiving mode. So this is where you are in surrender and trust, and the feminine receives. This is when you are saying yes to help, compliments, and support, and letting go of control and trusting divine timing. This is where you also say yes to things that are not in alignment to you. And you're doing this in a way that you have no guilt for saying no. And being in a receptive state to allow blessings to flow without chasing. Now, if you're asking, like, why does it matter for us to have this balance when it comes to saving ourselves, when it comes to us being our own savior or hero, because no one is coming to save us? It's because if you're always pushing and forcing or even grinding without rest, you burn out. But if you're always dreaming but never acting, you stay stuck. This is why we need both energies. Now, going into the yang energy, where it is the power of action and manifestation. This is where we stop waiting and start. Now, the yang energy, it is structured by bold, decisive, and goal oriented actions. This could be connection to sun, fire, movement, leadership, and discipline. So you might really resonate with this if you have some fire sign placements within your chart. And I can definitely say, with me being a sun, and I have Leo a lot in my placement, where if I put my mind to something, and granted, I do have ADHD too, so maybe this could be action on steroid, but to know me is to love me. But whenever I put my mind to something, it's like, okay, I know I can do X, Y, Z to get there. I know first I need to do this, and second I need to do this. And even if I don't know the other steps, eventually the momentum will build and it will start unraveling in front of me, to where intuitively, which we bring in that yin energy, I know what to go with next. All right. Now, With the masculine energy, it is linked to the left hemisphere of the brain. So this is where logic, problem solving, and decision making happens. Where action based therapy techniques like um, things where I would say, like, say for instance, if you write down the list of things that or goals that you want to do, the next action based therapy techniques that would be done for that would be to write down the first step to the I don't know if it's not the action, but write down the first step to what you want to do. So, for example, because I don't know if I'm sounding like I'm rambling or anything, but for example, if you say, I want to write a book, right? You have vision. Do you write in that book? This is talking about the yin energy. You have saw yourself writing the book. This is you being in the process of creating this goal. Now, we go into the yang energy where we write down the action based technique, just one that can go towards that task. So you would write, okay, first thing I can do is research the type of book. Is it fiction, nonfiction? Is it a children's book? It can just be something that you can do today as an action to what you want to do. All right, so just to, if you find yourself more in a feminine state, so if you find yourself mostly in that yin energy, then here's some ways of how you can activate your yang energy. Number one, bold decision making. This is where you stop waiting for the perfect time and just start. Because clarity comes from action and not overthinking. Number two, structured goals and planning. Break your dreams down into small, measurable steps with deadlines. All right? This is where you utilize your planner, your calendar, your timer, your alarms. So that way, it is just small steps. It doesn't have to be anything that is so grand or anything like that. All right. Number three, physical power moves. So this is where you might engage in activities that ignite your inner fire. Right? This could be doing some strength training, running, doing power yoga, boxing, martial arts, whatever floats your boat. I will say that with the Peloton app, when I do the boxing, I don't know about you, but my masculinity come in and I be ready to knock a bitch out. Okay, it makes me feel powerful where I am stepping into that yang energy, and it's not just more so about the task being very masculine, but the fact that you are doing something that ignites your inner fire, that it is a way or a form of discipline, of action. Right. And if you're not the type of person that's like, I'm not trying to do all that boxing and fighting stuff, then you can just try more so some grounding exercises to where you just may want to go walk in the grass barefoot, be grounded, connect, do some masculine breath work. They have this thing that's called box breathing, where you literally just doing like 4 counts back to back to center yourself. Or they have this fire um, breath work exercise that you can do to energize your system. Now, the fifth one is self discipline and boundaries. The yang energy protects and maintains order. So, this means saying no to distractions, sticking to your commitments, and taking charge of your schedule. So, one thing I can say, like this collective of women that I have been seeing in this world as of lately, has been women that have been standing on business. We have been standing on business in a way that we have been balancing this yin and yang energy. Sometimes we're being forced to, whether you are in a relationship and maybe if you're in a relationship with the other partner and they may be so much in their feminine energy to where they're not doing their part. And now you are playing both feminine and masculine energy to where you are maybe you're type of person that's working multiple jobs. You are working a job and then also working in your hobby or your passions. You might be going to school. You might, I see women nowadays, we're trying to balance it all. And I know that we can. Sometimes we may get stuck in that feminine state to where we are in la la land and just stuck because it's like, oh, I'm going to do this one day. Yeah, when I get my money right, I'm going to go on that trip. When I do XYZ, you know, then I'll be in the perfect time or I'll be in alignment with this when it would never be the perfect time. You can make at least one small action towards it. And I'm saying all this to say that I have been noticing us women literally evolve in a way that is so remarkable. Even in the state of the world, and even when we may go undervalued or unseen, unappreciated in so many different aspects of the world, in our lives, in society, we keep pushing. We keep evolving. We keep setting new standards and raising the bar. And that is our magic. That is our superpower. So if you do not take anything else I have stated today, take this here. Do not wait for anyone outside of you. Do not wait for anyone or anything, or don't wait for this perfect timing. Give yourself the happily ever after. Do not chase a thing. Attract it. Stay in alignment with what you want for yourself. Tune in with yourself to figure out what it is that you want and make an action to go for it. Because it all relies on you. So listen, sis or bro, however you take this. You do not need to wait for a miracle, perfect moment, or someone to give you permission. You are the one you've been waiting for. You already have the wisdom. You already have the power. You just need to balance them. So today I want you to ask yourself, where am I out of balance? Do I need to lean more into rest and trust? Or do I need to stop waiting and start taking action? Because listen, baby, you already know the answer. It's time to listen and move. Just know that I love you guys. And final takeaways. Remember this, all right? When you're too much in your yin, you dream but never act. When you're too much in your yang, you hustle but lose your intuition. True success, love, and manifestations happen when you honor both energies, but mostly when you honor yourself. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm being all philosophical again, as I always am. But listen, before we wrap this up, if this episode hit home, screenshot it, send it to a bestie, share it on Instagram, and tag me. Uh, Also, leave a review. It helps the podcast grow and reach more soul aligned listeners like you. As always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. I value you. I see you. I love you. I mean it. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Spiritually Her. I hope you felt inspired, empowered, and ready to take the next step on your journey. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's keep the conversation going. You can connect with me on TikTok at Serenity101. That's SURRENITY 101. And on Instagram at spiritually.her. I love to hear your thoughts, breakthroughs, or even what topics you want to dive into next. Until next time, remember, your power is already within you. Keep shining and simply stay spiritually her. Bye.